For the 17th consecutive year, the family of Mary Bonnie Baker have gathered to honor her memory by playing the game that she loved in a place she loved, Regina, Saskatchewan. The publicist called her Pretty Bonnie Baker, an all-star catcher from a baseball-loving family.
I always knew that she was special, and when I was young, only because people made a fuss over her. People wanted to be with Mary.
She was known as the ball player in the family and in Regina, and she was a catcher, and I'm a catcher, and I don't think that's a coincidence. I think knowing that that was in my blood and that that's what she loved to do, I think that was always in the back of my mind, and now it's what I love to do.
With a padded mitt, a husband fighting for Canada in Europe, and a model's looks and poise, Mary Baker made history.
The character of Gina Davis in the movie was loosely based on my mother. She was a glamour girl. She was quite pretty and quite talented. She was an all-star, so she got a lot of press.
It's always fun to go up and tell people, well, yeah, well, have you guys seen the movie A League of Their Own? And yes, it was an actual league. The All-American Girls Professional Baseball League was an actual thing, and my grandma was such a big part of it. And it makes you feel so good. You're like, yeah, that's my grandma. Like, heck yeah.
The circuit was called the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, but not all the girls were American. In the 1940s and early 50s, Mary Baker was one of more than 60 Canadian women who proudly crossed the foul lines and threw out the male conceit that only boys can swing a bat or fire a fastball.
I think she was fearless, and I believe, too, that if my father had been here at the time, she may not have gone, because women just didn't do that. They just didn't leave the home.
She did what was unexpected of women in her time. She took an opportunity and she ran with it, just like all the other girls in the league. And so I think that's the biggest accomplishment, is doing something that others were afraid to do.
For 9 years, Mary Baker played more than 900 games as a professional athlete in an age when a woman's place was in the home, not behind home plate. In 1950, Mary became the first female bench boss ever in a pro league, and she took on those duties for the Kalamazoo Lassies.
She was a woman who had principles, and nobody was going to talk her out of anything that she believed.
She created this huge legacy for herself, and nothing that I can do will ever touch what she did. People come up to me all the time, oh, it's just like your grandma, just like your grandma. I'm like, yeah, it is, that's the plan.
In 1954, the league folded, but Mary was far from finished. She came home to Regina and helped her city win the World Championship in women's softball, and later became Canada's first female radio sportscaster.
She continued to stay in sports for the rest of her life, and she made her decisions based off of what she wanted and her goals. So I think that's probably her legacy, is following her dreams and doing what she wanted to do.
Mary Baker passed away in 2003. Today, every Canadian girl can dream of a career in sports. But there was a time when, as a base stealer and a slugger, as a backstop and as a pioneer, Mary Baker was in a league of her own.